I'm starting to find as I just getting my foot on the ground, waiting on my LLC to mature, and calling myself a business person for the first time. I'm trying to just get everything that I can imagine. I'm trying to soak up all of the information I could possibly imagine that may even be remotely related to a freight movement, from the dispatching angle to the brokerage angle, and even from a carrier's perspective. Um, I just want to know what each position uh, entails, what it requires, and what are the do's and the don'ts. What are they call them pain points? Okay, what are the pain points that certain people, certain entities feel? What do carriers experience the most that they disapprove of or wish would change? What are brokers' pain points? What are dispatchers experiencing that is a nuisance or is counterproductive or inefficient? Also, I look at the market and what freight is going to be popular. I look at as well the holidays, the events that are occurring, the major, not just like the concerts, but maybe in a major city, yeah, like it's concert season and the majors, right? It's hot. What's coming out of the fields? Um, how are the new rules and regulations affecting freight movement? What's coming in from on the international level? What's coming through the ports? What's popular? What's in season around the world that we're waiting on? How is milk production? What are we going to need? What season is it now? What's popular? I think of these things, and coming into school, at school we're not there yet, but if I were to plan a little ahead, I would try to get an edge on. And the only reason why I'm giving this information out, is because I won't be able to do anything about this year, this season. But I would even look at a small portion of what was moving through my area, or what my carriers could get in on as school supplies start to dominate the shelves in certain stores. I'd probably take a look at that, to see, just to satisfy my curiosity, to see if it's something to think about, and so that I know I did it, and I can check it off my list. I would probably do that. I'm taking surveys. I'm commenting on certain websites, and I may not be the most I may not be the most experienced dispatcher, but I try to put my 2 cents in so that I can see my growth or network, or see if I'm, sometimes they ask certain things, or some post may involve an opinion, and sometimes they don't, but I try to make a prediction, and if I'm wrong, I'm just wrong. But what's the harm? It's a post, it's social media, we're encouraged to comment. So I try to be involved in some sort on every level. I try to talk to people I know about business. I even try to dispatch for my relatives who are traveling. I'm trying to practice on all levels and be a help in that way. But mainly it's for practice. I'm taking a survey right now from the DDC group. It's a freight survey, so let's see what we got. So it's asking me what type of company type best represents your primary business. And I'm gonna say well, they don't have my, wait a minute. I need to look that up, though. Some of these terms I'm still not familiar with. I keep, what is freight forwarder now? That's probably the old word. Freight forwarder is a new word for, I'm gonna just take a guess. Broker? It's got to be. Let's see. Oh, freight forwarder? What is that? So yeah, I think a freight forwarder is the same thing as a broker. That's why I get out of it. Okay, so a freight forwarder is on an international level or no? A freight forwarder or forwarding agent is a person or company who coordinates and organizes the movements and shipments on behalf of a shipper. The carriers may use a variety of shipping modes, including ships. Okay. Well, I'm definitely not that. That's where I would like to be. For sure. All right. So let me get back to this. Being a dispatcher, I don't see that. Multi-service 3PL? No. All right, so I'll just put down here dispatcher. All right, the next question says, tell us the department you currently work in at your organization. Well, I would like to front, but I don't have an organization. I'm just a one-man band, man. So I'm a member. I'm an LLC, limited liability company. I'm the president, CEO, and all of that. And I've been told that the proper term is member. So I'm going to put that in. Tell us what role you currently hold at your organization. Aha. It says, and mine is not there. So I'm going to put member again. Do you interact with your company's customer service team or department in your role? If so, to what degree? All of the above. Collaborator, contributor, customer service manager, director. Yep, that would be me. All right, so have you participated in our customer care service in the past? Yes, I believe I have. I'll just put I don't know because I don't know. How many full-time employees does your company have dedicated to customer service? Once again, so yeah, I try to stay involved in stuff, because I think that keeping the mind sharp is one thing, but just keeping the brain active is another. But staying in some sort of neighborhood that's close to what you're in, or staying close to freight in everything that I look at. For instance, I don't really interact with people that I used to interact with as much because I don't know anyone that's in freight. So I want to talk freight. I want to know freight. I don't want any interactions with what's not related to freight. I just have this inner desire to just know freight. I feel like out of all the time I spent my entire career, that somehow I've been connected to freight. I'll be brief. As a child, I was always interested in freight. I would always see the trains go by. I would always see the trucks go by. Big rigs, log trucks, semis. I stayed by Great America. I think it was Great American Van Lines. They were a mover, I think. And then we had a Mayflower company in town. I used to see Piggyback come in. Then we had a Borden's in my local town, and Amtrak was there. And because Texarkana has a very big switch yard, there was Dickey Clay. We had a pickle factory. I just always saw, trucks somewhere and up close. Trains, oil tankers. North American Tank Car was in our industrial section, and they refurbished oil tankers for the rail oil tankers. So I was always around some sort of freight. I even lived next to the airport, Webb Field in Texarkana. So something about freight, man. That's just how it was. And as I got older, my dad started logging, and I was there. So we were moving freight from the field to the mill, to the sawmill, to the paper mill. Till I went to the Army, we did that. And my uncle in Detroit, whom I worked with briefly, he hauled freight. So, and I remember my uncle Clarence, who lived in Los Angeles, he was like, "Hey, man, if I had a chance to do it all again, I would have been a longshoreman. Man, those guys make good money." And, out of respect and sort of out of naive innocence or naive ignorance, I was afraid to ask my uncle what a longshoreman was. I didn't think to go look in the dictionary and figure it out. I would have been ahead of the game. These guys make a really good living. And what they do, to me, is interesting. I'm an equipment operator by trade, so I like big machines. I like moving levers and pushing buttons and hand-eye coordination. I love mastering machines. I love working with equipment. I like doing the maintenance on them. That's just what I am. So freight is kind of in me in that sense. But as I started to do the numbers and see how difficult it can be for someone to enter certain portions of the freight industry, I decided to go for what I knew and do what was introduced to me by one of my younger brothers. Actually, my oldest brother introduced it to me first, but my youngest brother showed me the ins and outs of the bigger portion of the freight industry. And I decided to get into the broker dispatch. And knowing that I already had trucking experience, I chose to enter the carrier portion as well. But I'm going to take a back seat, or give that a back seat for now, and I'll get into that at another point. So going into the military, of course, everything I did was cargo related. I shipped cargo, I inspected cargo, and I also was a carrier of cargo. I delivered quite a few products, including military equipment and military supplies. So that brings me up to what I'm saying today. Somehow I've always been somewhat into freight. I've always been interested in it. And now I'm just as interested in it, but just in a different segment or sector of it that I find the most beneficial at this stage in my life. So I hope you enjoyed whatever information I put out today. It was intended just to discuss how a career change has allowed me to focus on what I find most important, and the career change has also allowed me to eliminate anything that I feel that is irrelevant to my progress. And for me to have a long attention span is phenomenal. So thanks for watching. Hope you liked the video. Share it if you wish. Save it to your playlist. And don't forget to treat yourself kind as well as your neighbor. Stay tuned for another video that I'll have coming soon. Thanks for watching. Now I can touch the button.